Check 1 2. Internet check 1 2 3 4. Ladies and gentlemen online, I think Lindsay just got the link posted there on Facebook. We're going to preview these customer appreciation high stakes sheep here momentarily, right here in Miles, Texas, at Neff Livestock. Great sale tonight for the Neff crew, and proud to host it, proud to be part of it. An incredible set, including a $75,000 half-interest buck lamb to top it off, and some really, really high end ones that I think have a shot to do some serious damage. Chance is going to talk them to you here for the preview on tomorrow's sale that will start at 11 a.m.
Well, good evening. We'll come back here with our high stakes customer appreciation preview, and I think we got a really neat set of sheep that we're going to show you tonight. And we start off here with Sheep Eye Genetics, and Randy a few years ago raised the Reserve Grand or the Grand Angelo, and had a real good run. Anyway, I thought he brought us a really nice pair here. Got a 10 bear sheep here that I think is just absolutely elite in terms of shape and skin and touch and tone. One that's got a big turn to his stifle. Back on the true steel on popcorn. So this is the lined up, a really line bred sheep after we get past the truce and go down the popcorn full sib and that relation to 10 bears. I'd expect there to be some predictability here in this one to feed. Really, really neat sheep. It's got some athleticism, really good skin, and really good shape. Going to lot 2 here. Another one that Sheep Eye brings us, and I think this one is one that hits me as proportional and square built. I love this thing's pin bone. I like the way his chest sits up in him and his lower body balance. I think that one's ultra wedgy. That thing looks like an ultra competitive 150-pound wether to me that's going to go on and do some neat things. That was an airstrike, green line back on a Bengal KU. We know just how dominant Donnie's been and how those U's have worked for people. I don't think that the story is going to change any here. One that I like a great deal. Probably one that we'll start off with in terms of Randy's consignment this week. I like this guy quite a bit. Next, we have Savo Club Lambs, and Savo isn't here tonight. He'll be here tomorrow. This is going to be a ram weather option. He's a chief back on a U that he bought from us last year. When I went to his house, I just thought this one was ultra high-headed, real hampy. Thought he was huge in his pin bone, just a really nice sheep. We'll see that one tomorrow of Savo's. This one of BJ's. BJ has been a very loyal customer to us, and was part of Tatanka and Titletown and Wolf, and just really been loyal and brought us a lot of really nice sheep. But I don't think anything changes here. This one just hits me as athletic, especially up front. I like this one's elevation of shoulder, the way his neck comes off the top side of his blade, how high his breastbone is shoved up in him. And then we just talk about wedge and just weight distribution. I think that one wedges back to a big old pin bone in him. One that's skinny out here today. Just took that long trip from Indiana in the Popper. Got to spend him a night in Wichita Falls and dodged the tornadoes. So this guy's been through it. I'd expect that one to go home and feed and just get better. But thanks, BJ, for bringing that one. Our old buddy Leo Vega, he's brought us a really nice old chap here. His wife Leslie helped us get through lambing season this year, and she let him get away from Newton, Kansas this week and come down. And when Leo sent me this picture of this old chap sheep, I was really excited to have an old chap in here since we don't have many of those. And B, I was impressed of how good a rig Leo was able to get this thing in. This is one's going to be the same age as our morning of set coming up. And, man, I like this sheep a great deal. Just when we had him back out there parked, he just hit me as one that was up and out and square built, one that's still plenty powerful to hit maybe more of a power judge that's big chested and opened up underneath and big pin. but he still is real sexy from the side, and he's up in his chest. Love his shoulder set and the way his neck comes off the top side of his blade. Really nice sheep there out of Old Chap. Old Chap, we can talk about just a little bit, was a Trace Amigos American Outlaw that we bought from Logan McLennan last year. Unfortunately, we lost that guy to an unforeseen injury, and it kind of seemed to be the story of his life. Was one that was hurt or kind of messed up somewhere. Had an unfortunate, untimely death, but we got a lot of semen put up on him, and I think these things that we're going to have in the morning of out of him look really, really good. And Leo's going to have the first Old Chap to sell, and I'm pumped on that one. Yep, good job. Next, we have the SAP crew, Team SAP up here, and I really like this set. I think you start off with this blue one. When I walked in there a while ago, he had this thing on the stand. That thing hit me hard. That one's neck to pin bone to lower body balance relationship all hit me as ultra attractive. That thing's got a big groove right there all the way down through his loin. That one's got elite shape and we got some width, and I haven't got to see him turn loose, but his angles read to me like that one turned loose is an absolute cat. He looks high-headed and big pin. Brett's giving me the thumbs up over here. That's the kind that him and I like for sure. I was very, very excited when I saw this guy on the stand. Good job on that one. I like that sheep. That's a blue duck, right? Yep, he's a blue duck, and Blue Duck did a really good job last year. Winning Angelo, winning another class at Angelo, the second to Houston. Next, we got a premonition, and we got a couple of premonitions in this cell, and we only had one sheep ever born here. No, two sheep ever born here at a premonition. One of them was the pick of the cell last year. The blue sheep, the Silver's crew, that won a class at Angelo, and then a ewe lamb. I thought this sheep, when I saw him on the stand, it just hit me as bubbly rump. That thing had a big turn to his stifle. He's big shaped up high. Those premonitions are all good looking. I think that one fits the bill of that too. Big, really nice sheep there, one that'll feed. I think really good. Back on that buckle shower chicken stuff, I would think that one would come with piles of feature and just a really, really nice sheep at a premonition here. Next, we have Jet Livestock, and I like to give Josh a hard time for always having the skinniest one at the sale, but with so the bigger twin here. I went to Bubba's house a couple of weeks ago, and I think he only had three males in his whole set, and they're all three here. And there was a set of twins. Both hit me as really athletic, really, really big pinned, both big toed and wide and fuzzy. I think this one here to me just hit me as maybe just a little more wow from the side as the other one. Just square built, big cage. Chief deal back on a Beatty on a speakeasy. The Chief deals seem to me like they've worked good on some of those genetics, and especially back in Glasscock Use Chief, there was a lot of those that we really liked, and doesn't change here. Power, good looking, way big underneath. So next, this is Bubba's next one here. This is the smaller twin, I believe, and one that I like this guy. I liked him the day I walked in his pen. I thought he was extra groovy. I thought he was ultra big pinned. Golly, I'm trying to get around here so I can see a little bit something, Bubba. Yeah, that thing's lower body balance, I think, is really, really good. That one's going to come with the big fur. That one's got a big dead level hip in him, one that we like a great deal. Really good set of twins there that Bubba brought us out of Chief. The next one here is an Airstrike Speakeasy 108, and if I remember right, 108 was a Franklin sheep that did a lot of really neat things for glass cock and put a big pin bone in them and a freaky neck, and I think this one, Airstrike kind of does the same thing, and I think there's one here that you feed on, and heck, you can get him ready for Dallas if you want, or hold on that thing and roll, but I think this sheep fits really good for a fall fair, or one that can do a lot of neat things. A really good sheep here that Bubba brought us. One that's really, really round in terms of his center body. Really good sheep here. Nice job, Bubba. I think I've seen Tanner's sheep 3 times, and that's because he lives 10 miles down the road. But we originally picked out the white brother, and we decided that blue ones were more fun. And we get out here and we look in this set, and I think there's a lot of good blue ones, but this one really has stood out to me. Just one that's ultra punchy, big shaped. One that's good looking. He's got the big fuzzy ears. One that's way up at his chest. Just one to me that looks like he's built for a big ring. One that can feed all the way through. That thing looks like an Austin rig all day in terms of one that just fit that guy. I like this sheep a great deal. Tanner's done a heck of a job with his set, having one of the high sellers there at the Red Raider. Winning a class at Houston, a reserve division at San Antonio. He's really been putting it on him, and I really commend him for that because it's not easy to do. That thing's a Chief Bishop on bottom, Airstrike on top, lined up with a lot of Chief there and the Unicorn. And then ultimately, that one's probably got 37 shots to drop the mic in him. So, but we all know that leads to wins. So be confident in that one. That one's going to feed for you all day. Next, we have number 16 here from Dropper at Livestock. And I'll be honest, when Ryan called me and told me he was coming, I was jacked because they always bring a heck of a set. And Ryan, is this the Chief of the Premonition? Oh, okay. I think our paperwork might be wrong here. So anyway, I was jacked when he told me he was coming, and then he unloaded these things. And we talked about Premonition earlier, and Ryan's one of that had a lot of faith in Premonition and used him hard the first year, and then rolled around and used him again, and those things really performed for him. I believe the first year you had one that was second at Houston that was just absolutely out there. First, he won his class. Yeah, that thing was a stud. And this one here, I think you start him at the surface, just how big-toed, how burly, how wide that one is. That one's shape is absolutely incredible. He's got the big turn to his stifle. These things that Ryan and his family put together are always feeding, are always on up there. That's one that, I wouldn't be shocked at the end of the day if he gets pulled out in the final 3 or 4 to win a big show, because that's the way that one kind of hits me. Next, we got their Chief, and that thing just hit me as a burly, dense, stout fella. And you never know on the rumors on who's judging, but if what I'm hearing is right, I think that one fits in Texas all day long this year, just in terms of extra power, extra punch, extra chest width. That thing right here is an awesome sight, just how he wedges back. Our buddy Miles Gibbs would really dig that, just in terms of that one's weight distribution, how big pinned he is in relation to how tiny chested he is. Another really good sheep here. Chief deal, in my experience, maybe I'm biased, but the Chiefs just seem to get better the older they get, and I think we have another one there that's just going to do just that. Next is my old buddy Sterling, and I grew up showing with Sterling. He was one of our first guys that worked here, and just been a really, really good friend of the family, and forever. Heck, I think my mom grew up down the road from his mom, so he goes way back in there. And Sterling's done a really nice job. Ricky and Cheyenne have done a really nice job. And Sterling has a real job and is out there doing stuff, but they hold down the fort. And this guy just hits me as powerful. That thing is huge pin. He's big-legged. He's wide. He's got the big rump. He's got a big square hip in him. Really nice sheep here. So I told Sterling that thing got hungry from the last time I saw him. He got a little chubbed up on us, and I think that's a really, really nice sheep. That's in excellent condition. One that I think is going to feed and do a lot of good things. Nice sheep there, Sterling. That one is a shoot. I lost. I got talking about the other Airstrike 10 Bears Bishop and the Airstrike 10 Bears. One of our favorite matings this year. One of our favorite sheep that we raised was an Airstrike 10 Bears. I'd have a lot of faith in that guy right there. Next, I got my buddy Todd Robertson from up there in Idalou, and he brings us another blue one. And I went up there Monday. I think I made a mad dash and drove up to Todd's, and we kicked through them sheep. And he had a bigger one, and I was like, hey, I like that skinny blue one. I thought he was neat necked and big pinned, and had a really nice hind leg in him, and could just get out and motor. One with excellent lower body balance. Another one that I think you just get over top of him and grab his old loin, and that thing's loin is absolutely huge. He's big and square. He's got a neat neck and a big pin bone. Some things that just don't go in all the blue ones. I like that guy a great deal. I'd have faith in that one. That one's got a nobody mom. Shape will never be an issue in that guy. Next, we got the Brubaker crew from Missouri, and they made the long trek down here. And Ben had one of our high sellers there at the Heritage with a really, really high-end sheep, and I don't think he lets up here. One that's excellent to the front one-third of his body. Who's standing up over here on top of him. His loin is big. He's shapely. One that's got a really, really good look to him. You know, another one I think maybe a little more judge-specific, Austin OYE type deal, but that thing is wild looking. That thing has got a really, really neat set. We won't talk about those quite as long just because Ben's got 3 of them, and they're really good, and we want to talk about all of them. But a really nice Airstrike Titletown that he has there. Those Titletowns did a heck of a job last year. BJ actually raised one that was pretty dominant on the Texas show circuit, so I have some faith in that Titletown genetic line as well. Next is it says you, but the use, yeah, but it's a weather here. One that's an Airstrike, another Airstrike Titletown. Are they all flush mates, Ben? Nope. Okay, that's a flush mate to 20. One that's really, really big up high. He's bold at the top side of his forerib. One that draws you a really neat picture. He's got an extra shot of length of body. One that, for me, looks like he's built for a big ring. And the big rings is where the big shows are. So I think that one's got a shot to do us a lot of good. Big feature in that guy as well. Next, we have another one from Brubaker, number 22, an Airstrike. Oh, okay, this is the one out of the Hamburger U. Yeah, the Hamburger U a few years ago was really, really popular. She from Sedalia, right? Oh, okay, the flush mate to that one. All right. So that U brought a lot of money and won a lot of stuff. And this thing going back here on Airstrike, one to me looks really round in the center. One's neat in his underline. Good-legged sheep with big, big paws and big fur. I think that one will feed on and do a lot of neat things. With that Drake shower chicken on the bottom, that deal could get real wild and real exotic from the side. Next, we got our turkey farms, and if you don't know the turkey farm, that was our good friend Greg Schumann, who we unfortunately lost. His son Ryan and his wife Ashley and his mom Sharon kind of keep that deal running and doing a heck of a job. And a few years ago, win a class at San Antonio and win a division at San Antonio. Oh, he was reserved behind the Grand. Yeah, that silver showed, and that thing was exceptional. Went to their house, and I thought they had a really nice set this year. They're burly at the ground. They're big backed. This one's huge loin, really, really big over his rack. Ryan, unfortunately, got hit with a little bit of sword mouth, but these things right here are ones that are proven to perform and do a lot of really neat things. This is an Airstrike Chief. I think lining that Chief deal up has been really, really good. Another Airstrike Chief here that Turkey Farm brings us, one that's just incredible in terms of his skin and shape. Got the big, big turn to his stifle. That one honestly looks to me like one that goes back to Chief that'll absolutely feed. Looks a lot like the sheep that is reserve division at San Antonio, honestly, at this stage. terms of tallness up front, just touch and tone and shape. A really nice one here. One that's going to have the big fur and the transparent ears. That's never a bad thing. What the heck is mulligan? Anyhow, the last turkey farm we got sheep that's got a little big on us, but huge shape, big stifled. One I think would be awesome for a fall fair, maybe even a Dallas rig. Huge legs, real wedgy. Looks to me like maybe one of the bigger loin sheep in the whole deal. One that's really neat about his neck and shoulder there. One that we can get him going. You can push him hard, get him ready for Dallas, get him ready for your county. If it's early on, or we can sit on him a little bit and show him on throughout the year. We'll close out the set with Glasscock, and they're not here. They have a sale tomorrow, so we encourage everybody to go and watch and be at and look at those sheep. Word on the street is they have a really nice set of airstrikes. He's bringing an airstrike up here tomorrow. Airstrike Starburst. Looks like he has a black mamba for a grandma. So that thing ought to be plenty exotic. I think it's a good set of sheep brought to us by our guest consigners. We urge you to stick around tomorrow or look online or reach out to us and ask us any questions. And we can tell you what we kind of think about those sheep and check them out. So thanks again for coming.